I keep saying this. I keep thinking how surreal it is trying to promote a movie, trying to tell the story, trying to get a film like that out there, especially a film you guys really wanted to see on the big screen. How have you kind of dealt with the experience and finding at least getting it out there to the audience? How do you feel about it now?
Well, we felt that the country is in such crisis, and that people are suffering on levels that it's hard to even sort of get our minds wrapped around it. We thought that it would be really, I don't know, that we were super spoiled in sulking about not getting into the theater within the context of this particular moment that we're having. Yes, we were traumatized. We were deeply upset because we're cinephiles. We're obsessed with movies. We designed the movie for the theater, and you know, to be quite honest with you, we were even, our eyes welled with tears because we wanted the movie in the theater and we wanted people to experience it that way. But we recovered quickly because first and foremost is the health and safety of our audience. And secondly, we want the movie theater experience to survive. And that means let's not bring people into a dangerous situation right now. Let's get this thing under control so that we can all go back, you know, to the movies and doing the things that we love to do. But we are also incredibly grateful that we have a wonderful studio partner in Lionsgate that was willing to make Antebellum an event film, irrespective of whether or not we were in the theater or at home. And so what this is going to feel like in the coming days is an event movie based on what they're doing in the marketing space and the visibility that we will get. And it is more important to us at this time that people see the movie and experience it than for us to wait until 2021.
100%. I'm assuming you feel the same way, Renz, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We had that moment of devastation when we realized, because we pushed it. It was supposed to come out in April. We pushed it to August. We were very hopeful that would be able to work out. But you know, we processed it and moved on. I mean, internationally, it will come out in many countries theatrically. The countries that were, you know, did what they were supposed to do and can still have nice things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then also what's interesting is our movie, and we didn't do this deliberately, the movie is coming out on September 18th on demand in America, which is the anniversary of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. So,
oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, so we're like, well, it's meant to be.
That's kind of perfect, actually. Right. I gotta say, guys, I was watching this and I was so moved, and especially, you know, the opening sequence, the first act, it's so brutal. And so, not in your sense of, not in the gory sense that, you know, you're not seeing people's heads bashed in, but there's this intense level of heartbreak and violence. How deep did you want to go, and how important was it to keep it real and honest?
Well, it's as a Black American, I am somewhat embarrassed or ashamed to tell you that I was really uncomfortable with the slave narrative and seeing those movies. And that, I realized after making Antebellum, was of detriment to my deeper understanding and education of not only myself as a Black American, but of my own country, America, in and of itself. And within this movie, it was imperative that we correct the erasure that has been so prevalent in movie making since 1939, or even before with Birth of a Nation, but 1939 with Gone with the Wind, which should really be seen as a horror movie today. It was incredibly important that we not water down the truth of the thing, which is the brutality was absolute, and both psychological and physical. And we had to lean into that discomfort in order to deliver something that is altogether authentic and something really disorienting about the film is its adjacency to beauty, and that beauty and horror are somehow intertwined and living within the same space at the same time, which makes the beauty makes the horror all the more terrifying. And so it's not that you're just getting, these horrific, traumatizing events in that first act. It's that it's happening with the backdrop of such beauty. And so that was really important to us.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is beautifully shot. Between the two of you, I'm so impressed with the look and the feel and the atmosphere. How do you guys work together to find that? I mean, how do you do this? How do you make it work? I'm trying to ask a good question. I can't do it.
Well, I mean, much of it starts with the script. I mean, we were incredibly detailed and descriptive in our script, so that anyone reading it can see what this is, and which was very helpful to our department heads, production design, but also to our cinematographer Pedro Luke after he first read it, and we spent so much time with him storyboarding out everything in pre-production.
6 to 8 hours a day.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we were very specific, and we only have a finite amount of time on set, and we wanted to go in and be able to get exactly what we wanted, and we were very happy with how it turned out. I mean, the collaboration between everyone.
We're also, I mean, Christopher and I are obsessive compulsive, and we've been together for 12 years. So there's sort of like this telepathic shorthand, but we have a dogged determination to really pay attention to every little detail, because we have this mantra that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So every little detail, we want the movie-going audience to know that we care enough about all of the little details and the craft of filmmaking, that when you experience the movie, there's a deluge of mediocrity on the screen because we just have so much, but it doesn't mean that so much of it is good. What we're attempting to do is to create something that feels, no matter what you may think of the movie, I hope that you walk away from it saying, well, wait a minute, those filmmakers really cared deeply about every little detail, to the point that we were obsessed with obtaining the lenses from Gone with the Wind that we had to shoot the film on.
We got them, we refit them for our cameras.
Wow.
Plantation shots were
shot with the lenses from Gone with, exactly. We wanted to correct the record with the same lenses that created that effective propaganda. We wanted to correct the record with those lenses and shoot this new thing that is telling the truth.
Wow. Wow, that's just amazing to like you're doing the film. Mm-hmm. Basically learn from the past and how it affects our future.
Yep.
That's kind of amazing. How hard was that to get?
It wasn't the easiest. Luckily our cinematographer Pedro was equally obsessed, and every morning in the pre-production office we would poke our heads in. We're like, did you get him yet? Were we able to get him yet? Finally, he was able to say, we got them. Now we just have to fit them for our cameras.
And Pedro is perfect for us because Pedro Luke is, we're the three of us are extremely visual, and we all decided that we wanted each of those scenes in the plantation to look like paintings on their own. So we spent a lot, a part of that with those lenses. It achieves something, in the silhouettes, in the burnt oranges. That give you this sense of something that is so otherworldly, but it's also really beautifully grounded in what makes it feel otherworldly is, oh, it's the past. You know, it's back then. It's an heirloom that we're visiting, but we know better.
What are we doing? What is the plan? We go tonight.
911, what is your emergency?